This is Walter Woody of the River Valley Democrat-Gazette. We're here with Greenwood coach Chris Young. This is the 2023 River Valley Media Days, sponsored by Arvest, and we're here at the River Valley FCA offices here. Coach Young, your first three seasons have been very successful. Last year, again, a championship game appearance. Do we still have those same expectations?
Yeah, the expectations of Greenwood are always the same, and we expect to be a War Memorial at the end of the year. And obviously, the last 2 years, we haven't finished it off how we wanted to, and that's given us some extra motivation this year to get back where we want to be.
And it's kind of interesting. We could go back since the Coach Jones era, and since you've taken over. It's pretty much, for most part, every class at least has a state title to their name. So that puts a little bit of extra pressure on those kids.
Yeah, our kids work so hard, and we're so fortunate in Greenwood. It means so much to them and our community, and they put a little extra forth for it, so they deserve everything they get for sure.
Yeah, and now looking back, you're going to have 15 returning starters, especially 9 on defense. I know in a lot of cases last year, the defense had played really well, and in a lot of critical games, the rally against Northside, they had to step up and make plays and other stuff like that. Yeah. So having that experience has got to be big.
Yeah, it's huge. We were really young last year. We were a young football team. We had some great senior players that we're going to miss, but overall, we were a young football team, especially on defense. Coach Gill does a great job with those guys, and having not only 9 starters back, but 11 or 12 guys that played a lot of minutes on Friday nights is going to be a huge advantage this year.
And I was going to say that also, Greenwood's also been a good enough program that you play a lot of kids, and so that builds depth with that team.
Yeah, you look back the last 3 seasons, we've been lucky enough to play 14 games, and in reality, that's a full season more than teams that don't play in the postseason. So those extra 12 games really develop our kids throughout their career.
Now talk about Kane Archer. He's going to come back to, I know last year Hunter Houston, but Archer had to step in and play. So
yeah, Kane got great experience last year. He was a 9th grader, and he's still going to be a sophomore. People forget that this year, but we knew that he was going to be our guy this year, and that was one of the big reasons we moved him up last year, so that he was ready when he steps in that first game against Stillwater this year.
And talk about the rest of the offense. I know you lose a couple of you lost a really good running back, a couple of receivers, but you have other kids ready.
Yeah, we've got a lot of kids back on offense. We're excited about our wide receivers. We got 2 guys back had over 1,000 yards receiving, Grant Carnes and L.J. Robbins. L.J.'s a 3-year starter. Peyton Preston is back, had 400 yards receiving games before he broke his collarbone. And then Isaiah Arrington and Noah Chaser, you're going to hear those 2 names a lot. Really, really talented at wide receiver, a lot of depth. And so we're excited about that group. And then Braden Davis at running back has not played a lot, but we're really excited about him. I think you're going to see good things from him this year. He's a combination of great strength, he's physical, and he can really run.
Is that one of the things that sometimes people don't always respect about Greenwood's program is you always find those running backs that not only can get those tough 2 or 3 yards on a 3rd down, but they also are strong in catching the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah, we want the kids to be just as great with the ball in their hand as if they don't have the ball, whether that's blocking on the edge or carrying out a fake, and Braden's a great example of that. So we're excited about him. We think when we can run the ball and throw the ball, it gives us a chance to have really good offense. Got 3 guys back on the offensive line.
I was about to mention that.
Ryan Shortis, a 3-year starter at center, I think will be as good as you see. And then Cody Taylor's a young guy that started as a 9th grader last year, getting a lot of attention. And then Ashton Stein's back at right tackle. So, the good thing is we don't see a weakness. Obviously, we can improve everywhere, and that's something we've talked to our kids about, but we don't have that glaring weakness that you see a lot of times with high school football teams.
And, that's another thing about your teams have been, as much as we see all the star players, skill players, up front, both offensively and defensively, has been a strong tradition at Greenwood as well.
Yeah, we've had some good offensive and defensive linemen. Defensively this year, we're not real big, but we got a lot of 215, 220-pound guys that can really run, more athletic than we've been in the past. And I think that can cause some problems for offenses.
And now looking at the West, besides yourself, you've got Pulaski Academy, Little Rock Christian, and even a team that probably doesn't get as much attention, though, at times they deserve. It's Lake Hamilton and others that are going to be a challenge for the Bulls.
Yeah, from top to bottom, I think it's as tough as any league in the state, and especially the top 3 or 4 teams. You talk about PA and Little Rock Christian. They've got a lot of experience back on both those teams. They've had a lot of success, great coaches, great football players. You know, the Little Rock Christian quarterback is as good as we've seen in high school in Arkansas in a long, long time. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge. You know, we think we're really good, but we know everybody else is going to be pretty good too. So it'll be a fun football season.
All right. This was Greenwood coach Chris Young. We thank him for his time and good luck for his season.